Speed! How do I fix my cravings for my innate sense of speed? By playing Sonic Speed Simulator on Roblox, of course. Yeah, so recently I got back into Sonic Speed Simulator. I also got a few of my friends into the game. You're welcome. And something I've noticed since I haven't played in a while is that there's a lot of new stuff. There's new level layouts, there's challenges, there's dailies, there's new worlds, there's rideable gear, there's prize wheels. So much has changed, and that's led my silly little min-maxing brain to one key question. What is currently, statistically, the best combination of Chao and Trail that you can have right now? You see, Sonic Speed Sim at its core is a game of numbers. While some Chao and traits certainly look cooler than others, that doesn't mean that they have the best stats. So I took several hours out of my life to make this spreadsheet, which determines which Chao and Trail are definitively the best. Do keep in mind this isn't a perfect list, this is just like to the best of my knowledge. Chao and Trails typically have two base stats, that being an XP multiplier and a ring multiplier. They both also have a rarity system, you know, common, epic, rares, uncommons, etc. Most of the time stats will fall in line with rarity. Like most of the time you're not gonna have a common Chao with better stats than a rare Chao. Most of the time. And the final thing you need to know is evolution. If you can get 5 of one specific Trail or Chao, you can merge them together into one monstrosity. This is called evolving, and it merges the base stats together. So instead of having a Chao with an XP multiplier of like 10 and a ring multiplier of 5, you'll have an XP multiplier of 50 and a ring multiplier of
25.
Isn't that neat? Good rule of thumb, if you can evolve something, you should evolve something. Since graphs aren't a fun thing to look at, here's a tier list. I made it myself. According to their base stats, or their evolved base stats if they can evolve, this is the definitive ranking of every Chao and Trail. The Arctic and Watermelon Chao are both tied for first place. They have the same stats. The Nebula Trail is also up at the top. It has the highest stats by a landslide. Also, along in the S tier, just because it's special, is the Dark Aquatic Chao. It is the only Chao in the game that can give you water breathing. Some people may see that as a very valuable thing. It's very unique, and it might come in handy later with future updates. So, you know, you might want to raise that one. As for the Arctic and Watermelon Chao, you can honestly just get 3 evolved ones. I mean, there's no cap on how many you can receive, so that's what I recommend doing. 3 of these guys in any, you know, combination that you want. The Dark Aquatic Chao, and then the Nebula Starburst Trail. And there you go. Definitively, those are the best Chao and the best Trails. Or is it? While gathering data for this video, I made a shocking discovery. Earth-shattering, if you will. You see, you would expect that since the stats of the Rider's Chao is less than that of the Green Hill Master Chao, that the Green Hill Master Chao is definitively the better Chao. But that is only assuming that all Chao would level up the same. I've actually leveled up my Green Hill Chao to level 99. That's right, I don't have a life. As you can see, these are its stats. Now, if we would check the stats of my Rider Chao, which isn't level 99, it's like in its 50s or 60s or something, here's what we find. And that is that the stats are actually better than the Green Hill Master Chao. But how could this be? The Green Hill Master Chao had higher base stats, even though one was evolved. What's happening? I don't know anymore. This threw a pretty big wrench into my plans and prevented me from making this video for like a good week and a half because, man, I just didn't know how to cope with this information. But now we know that we cannot just use base stats to determine which Chao is the best. So how do we determine which one is the best? By max leveling every single Chao in the game and documenting it on a spreadsheet. Now this might sound like a pretty lengthy task, and it certainly will be, but I have some info that might be able to speed up this process. You see, I've also leveled up my Lost Valley Master Chao to level 99, and it has identical stats to the Green Hill Master Chao. Using this knowledge, we can then determine that all Chao have a predetermined level up path. So if you level up a Master Chao to 99, it's gonna have the same stats as these two, because they're the same. I think that it's also a reasonable assumption that all Chao that are in the same set, that have the same base stats, would end up at the same point when they're level 99. That should speed up the process quite a bit. Now, assuming does leave room for error, but I feel like these are pretty safe guesses. Now the only thing that's left for me to do is sit down and grind out every single Chao in this game to level 99. But since that's gonna take a while, that's gonna be for another video. And until then, here's why I don't think that'll matter. Referring back to the tier list from earlier, the Arctic and Watermelon Chao are so much higher stat-wise that I honestly just don't think it's gonna matter. I still think these are gonna be the best at level 99, regardless of what the other Chao stats are. Like, here's the stats of my not even fully evolved Watermelon Chao. And then here's the stats of some other Chao I have. It's not even a competition. Same goes for the Nebula Trail. Its stats are double the second best trail. It's not even a competition. It's so much higher that I don't think any of these are gonna be able to beat it in the long run. So if you're looking for an answer now, the Arctic and Watermelon Chao are tied for S tier. The Star Nebula Trail is also S tier. And the Dark Aquatic Chao gets a good honorable mention, high A tier, low S tier. Stats are a little worse, but it's the only thing that gives you water breathing, and that could come in handy, so I feel like it's worth it to raise this one as well. And that's it. Until we can gather more data on the max leveling of Chaos, that is the most reasonable conclusion that I can come to. But if anything does change, whether I decide to max level a few more of my Chao, or you, the viewer, would like to max level a Chao and then get that info to me somehow, I will make an update video. That's it for me though. I hope you enjoyed this video, found it helpful. If you would like to be helpful and raise a Chao to 99 and get those stats to me, that'd be mighty wonderful, though you don't have to. That's a lot of work. If you do though, either put it down in the comments, or better yet, send a screenshot to the YouTube email, or you can send it to my Twitter. That works too. Have fun running around at the speed of sound. And if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go play more Sonic Speed Simulator on Roblox. Not sponsored.